Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a video. We're getting these out a little quicker now. Stefan, I'm a little mad. I got to be honest with you. I
Oh
went
no.
to Trader Joe's yesterday, and they are all out of spiked eggnog. I really wanted to try it. Have you ever tried spiked eggnog?
I've tried spiced. Yeah, I've tried spiced eggnog. Eggnog's pretty big here in Canada, so we get eggnog in quite early, and spiced eggnog is kind of a
I've heard it's
staple.
got this Evan Williams version, so maybe I'll grab that if you've heard of it.
I Every time I think of spiced eggnog, I think of Christmas Vacation. You ever
Oh,
with
yeah, dude, that's
with the
great.
moose mug? That's what I
Yeah,
always think of it.
okay.
So Brian, why are we
So what are
here?
we I don't even know what this video is about. What are we talking about today?
Well, this is, I think, going to be our first in a series of kind of waves of the guitars. So we got quite a few messages asking us just to kind of go over all the Starcasters, any cool info on them that we knew about, all of that stuff. And then same with Fenders and the Gibsons. So we thought, well, if we do, this run of Starcasters, talk about them, maybe do the wave one of the Fender Strats later, of like the first few, and then the next wave
Right.
when Takeoff came out, and the third wave when the Pop Disaster and all that kind of stuff, and kind of some info on that. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to do, and then we can divide these up as well. To
I mean, you're telling me people care about this stuff? All right, let's go.
I think so. But so I mean, really, first of all, like how I guess we should kind of just start of how it all really started with kind of this picture of Tom sitting there with the four original Starcasters that Brian Thrasher from Fender R&D made. First impressions. I know we've talked about this before, but first impressions, Brian. What, like when you first saw this, what was your first?
First saw this, I was really zooming in on the neck because I was really excited about the inlays,
Yeah,
and I just couldn't believe gold was an option. Like, it's just so weird that I love it. Like, I know it's not going to be for everyone, and that's fine, but like my first impression was gold.
yeah, yeah. I
What about
thought
you?
this honestly the same thing. The first thing was gold. That's such a cool color option that like you would not see Tom ever really use. I mean, the shell pink, I know he's not really used it before, but it's kind of a staple. The white, the surf green, but a gold is it was really, really eye catching at first, and then obviously, just the fact of him playing a Fender again was just so foreign, to see, right? And
I will say I
yeah,
was really excited about him playing solid color ones, even though, well, that never
what
happened.
happened?
Other than the Dance With Me video, but like I was really excited about it. I was like, oh, he's gonna play solid colors, but
Yeah, no, I,
oh,
I hear you. So, I mean, a lot of speculation going on of, what the specs were, what was the pickup, what was the neck, what was,
mhm.
what was everything. Because in this shot here, the shell pink one, it doesn't look as shell pink as, you can see,
Yeah,
but because it is a little bit lighter, but we'll touch on that in a bit. And then we kind of got some more photos here of, Thrasher making them. So, them being painted or them being, drilled out
right.
and whatnot. And Brian, what's so special about the neck?
The inlays are Ron Thorne, Fender, Master Builder, head Master Builder. He did the Punker Strat inlays, the Masons, you name it, and everybody was kind of confused because at some point Tom put up that like prototype image and it had a Dirty Fingers pickup in there. And I mean, we could say this. Tom wanted to use the Dirty Fingers pickup, but it's a Gibson pickup. You got to use something else. And so they went with the Seymour Duncan. Took us forever to find out because we weren't really close with Thrasher at the time. But then when we found out it was the SH5 and not the 4, we were like, whoa, what is this pickup? We've never
Yeah,
bought this. Like, it's very unique. I don't know anything about it, but like, it was just something new, and I love new and fresh things. What about
yeah,
you?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I thought for sure that it was a JB and SH4 for the pickup. So when I heard it was an SH5, obviously trying to do as much research, sound, what's the output, how hot is it, and it's a very interesting like pickup for them to have kind of gravitated towards, and it works. It definitely does. The neck as well, roasted maple neck, which is again something that is really custom to this specific guitar. It is specifically made for the Starcasters because it is a bit of a longer neck, and the neck pocket is a bit bigger, right? So without having that overlay that Starcasters are normally known for, this one just fits in like a Strat or,
Right.
kind of style pocket.
We have to make it clear, even though it has a longer neck and a custom neck pocket, it is still 25.5 scale length like a Fender. The finishes are all satin. The neck profile is a U shape like a 1969 Strat, 9.5 radius. He originally had the standard American frets, but now they're changing to stainless because Tom plays pretty hard and it's got dents on it. So they're going to swap all those to stainless steel frets.
Yeah. So pretty cool to see them kind of build, and huge shout out to Brian Thrasher from the R&D department for sharing all of this, right? Like this was way more than we ever got with the Gibsons or with back in the day, obviously, because social media didn't really exist, but back in the day with when Alex Perez did the Strats, like this was just something so cool to see from start to finish. And even looking at like the 4 necks right there, because they are the roasted maple and all that, you can see the different like wood grain patterns on there, and then you can match them to exactly what guitar they went to. It's, for me anyways, that stuff's really cool to me. So so the first one that we kind of want to talk about is, I think, Tom's main one, right? Like this is like his kind of go-to as of right now. It's the shell pink.
It looks so white with the stickers on it.
Yeah, well, it is shell pink, but it is a lighter, I think, shade of shell pink. This was from what I remember from the custom shop, so it's a little bit of a different than you would see the second shell pink later on that is a bit darker. So this is his kind of main go-to. So you can see up at the top first, the top middle there, when he first started to add the stickers on, and pretty immediate he added them on too, which was cool, and then did his own doodles and all of that kind of stuff later on. And so that's what it looks like now on the right. These we took these when we were in San Diego, so we were able to get up close to all these things, and this one, like up close, is really, really cool. You can start seeing a lot of wear on the stickers now because of the sweat and whatnot, and because it is a satin finish, you can start seeing little dings here and there, which is really cool to see too. The name of this one that people go to is the Starcaster. I think Tom and his team and I got to find the picture for the life of me. I couldn't find it before we did this, but they have the set list up, and you can see that I think they named this Milo. So this guitar on Tom's team, they call it Milo. I could be wrong, but that's just what I heard from one person, and then from when I saw that picture, it kind of validated it. But still really cool. I think like this shade of shell pink is again, it's so unique to this one. Just like if you remember before in the Strats, the two greens, one is a different shade, and so I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. Thoughts on this one?
It was interesting because it was the one that Tom posted on his Instagram when he first got it, and it had that bridge where the bridge pins where the screwdriver, I guess they call it a metric bridge, and we found out that was just a Pro Tones bridge that they threw on there. They're just throwing stuff together. And Tom had written on the knob, like bad or something, like with an arrow. And we thought, oh, they're going to move the knob. Maybe he doesn't like the placement. But it ended up staying there. But like when everybody's asking about this guitar, they're like, what bridge is it? Where can we find it? And it was like literally Thrasher has a drawer full of parts. And he's like, all right, we'll just use this.
Yeah, I think it was kind of just like this, like the Strats before. What was there that would, the best for it? But yeah, I thought this one again, is his kind of go-to for.
Yeah, something we should mention is the strap goes on where the neck plate is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, how do I find this back plate with that strap pin? Well, it's not. It's just a screw that goes through the pin and through the back plate. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Some people think that it's like stuck on there and it's part of the plate. It's not.
Yeah. So again, unique to specifically this one. But yeah, that's this one. We'll go to the Olympic white one next. So this one, and Brett, I know you are too, like a sucker for just Olympic white guitars especially with a black binding. And this is very much like, his white Gibson that I'm I mean, huge fan of already. So again, same thing, the exact same specs as the last one. He started to add some stickers to it. Originally, it was just a few, and then he got, somebody gave him a marker and he was able to add all of his, drawings and whatever on it. And then he played it I know he played it in Coachella. I think this was his like Feelin' This guitar, so the way they drop D with the capo in the second fret. And then I guess, they needed to have a guitar for the One More Time music video. So Brian Diaz was able to, I guess, take off all of the stickers and all of the markers. So now it is back to being plain again.
Drawings and stickers.
Yeah. So it's back to being plain again, which personally I way prefer it being just a solid white than anything else. But this is like one of my favorites. What about you? I know you're a fan of the white.
So it was plain white. Brian Diaz cleaned it up, but not fully because it was in the One More Time video with some graffiti on it, but nothing adult. And then he cleaned all of it off for Dance With Me, right? That's
that's what it was. Okay. So again, it was called. It was the penis caster because it had all of the genitalia on there. But now that it's just back to being white, yeah.
Since we can't do a full video on this because it's just not enough content, you want to say the fun fact about Mark's bass in the Dance With Me video?
That's actually so the Mark's bass in the Dance With Me music video is actually Schultz from Fender. He's like the head of the artist relations, and he lent because he has a P bass that's called Sid. So the white with the black pick guard and everything, which fit perfectly for the style that they were going for. So he was able to lend it to Mark for that. So it's kind of cool. So it goes along exactly with what this guitar is. Next is the Surf Green. I mean, for the first four anyways, this was one I was probably the least fan of. I still like it, but just out of the four personally, this was mine. But it never really hit the stage yet anyways. I'm not sure if it will. Again, Surf Green, same specs as the last two. He did add some tape to the bottom, as you can see in the right, and the Zane interview that they just did recently. So it is there, but I think it lives in Travis's studio, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
So other than that, I mean,
I heard it's Tom's least favorite one.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
I wanted to do Surf Green for the fans. So if you guys feel loved, he did this for you.
Yeah, that's the Surf Green. Again, I mean, it is a really cool nod to the Strats of before, and exactly. Like it's definitely like a cool color, especially in like a satin. Having a Surf Green satin is really, it's interesting anyway. So I do hope we're able to see more of this. So, but I mean, as of right now, I think it just lives in Travis's studio.
Yep.
Next one is one that caught my eye, I guess, and yours too, is the gold.
Yeah, it hasn't been used yet, has it?
No, it was for the first little bit. I think it was there with them, but since they've gotten so many, I don't know. I think this is right now a backup, so in case one of them breaks down, then they have this. As you can see, Justin, Tom's Tech there, tuning it and whatnot. They did add some tape to it, and they did have some writings and whatnot on it. So it is still somewhat customized to what Tom wants for like the aesthetics of it, but. As it stands, it's a gold satin Starcaster, which again is just so rad to see, right? Specs again, same as the last thing. The first four have the same kind of specs to them. Like everything is, I think, identical to it. So that's the goal. I really do hope though that we do see, and as much as I don't want any of Tom's guitars to break, I really do hope that we see. This one hit the stage soon. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was tuned to C sharp or supposed to be C sharp. I could be wrong about that though, but yeah, that is the gold. And this is when we start to get to more of the designs now. So the first four compared to, the 8 afterwards, they've switched the bridge on it, so it's a different bridge from the first 4 to the later 8. The string tree is different on the later ones. What else? The input jack is different on the later ones. It's kind of an oval input jack as opposed to a square.
The pink is darker on the pink one for sure.
Yeah, so they did do a little bit of a different for the later four, but this is the first. This is one of the first ones anyway. So they had Sam Larson, who worked with them, did a lot of the designs for Macbeth. I think a lot of murals that they did on the side of like the Macbeth store and stuff was all done by him. So, already a friend of the band. If you guys haven't, you should check him out on Instagram. He sells prints and whatnot. They're pretty amazing. So check him out for sure. And when we met him, he was such a nice guy. Like we even asked him like, what do you think of fans replicating this? And he was just excited that people liked it. Like he, no care. It was really cool to see. But the first one he did it in a different, I think, acrylics from what I remember, and it with sweat and stuff, I think it was going to fade pretty quickly, so we had to do it with another set. But it turned out really, really cool.
Yeah.
He
said he was. Hold on, there we go. He said he was really stressed out and that he does not want to do another one. So please don't hit him up asking to do one.
Yeah. It was cool. There was a couple designs that they sent him of and he picked that Sam sent Tom and his team of which ones, and this is the one that they did decide to go with. I did see what the other one looked. I thought it was really cool, but this is the one that they did decide to go with, and I mean with the colors and everything, I don't know. I think it works. This is I think still my favorite one out of all the Starcasters. Just the attention of detail and all the little dots and everything. For me personally, this is up there. But this one is just a flat white. This isn't Olympic white. It's a flat white, so it is a bit of a different shade. And again, the specs are pretty much the same as the first four. Just they changed the bridge, the string tree, the input jack. But what are your thoughts aside from? You saw it up close too. So what did you think?
Look, I'm a big fan of like his Gibson with the smiley on it. I'm a big fan of the yellow with the smiley. For me personally, it has a little too much Blink on it. Like, I know that sounds crazy because I'm a big fan, but I do like it. It's really well done. It's just Blink explosion, which is cool, but I'll say it's not my favorite, but I know it's a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah, when I saw the other design is not so much Blink, and that's the one that I was like, oh, this is the one.
Another one. It was mainly what, Bigfoot on the front? Well, I can't remember.
No, it was like a more space kind of thing. But
okay.
But yeah, it was. It's a lot of Blink, but especially with the inlays too. I really like it. I love just how the colors.
Yeah, I don't hate it or anything.
Up, but yeah, is the Blinkcaster. So the next one is Roswell. So this one is super unique. This was made by one of the guys from Tom's team of kind of a design of what could be. So I mean, right now, it's from a newspaper from I think the New Mexico Roswell crash of '47. So they used like the newspaper printing of that to print on there, and then it's just a matte kind of black kind of undertone. What was cool though for this one, anyways, is it was Thrasher that decided to put the headstock, having the flying saucer Roswell, and then putting the Fender logo over top. I don't know. I think it was kind of cool to have like a complete custom headstock. But I don't know. The white and black goes together really well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. You said this one's at his house.
Like this one, I believe got delivered to them just a little bit too late before the tour, so it wasn't able to make it. And I don't know. He's gotten quite a few since, so I don't know what the kind of plan is for it. But I don't know. Another cool thing is it's black hardware too, which was so far a first for seeing it. So it really is like a black and white kind of concept. But hopefully this one does come out and see the light of day. But it's cool. Having the gold Fender over top of the Roswell logo is very interesting. Anyways,
I'm a big fan. I like it.
Yeah. The next one is Another one of my favorites is the canary yellow UFO kind of style one. So the color canary yellow, it's kind of cool. They don't really see many canary yellow. Fender used to use this color a bit back in the day. And it's cool because after a while it fades to like a lighter yellow. So it is kind of cool. It'll be cool to see what it looks like later on in its life. But having a really vibrant yellow is also something Tom is known for too. So having it on this is really, and then again with the black binding, it really does. I like it. The decal is a glow in the dark decal as well. So, if you charge it up before Tom hits the stage, it should illuminate. Same with there's a little guy, man being abducted in the back of the headstock too that also lights up, which is cool.
I would say this is my favorite. Can you guess why?
No idea.
Guy getting abducted. Yeah, I love it. Do you want to talk about the smiley face?
Yeah. I mean, they did add the smiley face on after. It was cool when I was able to get to talk to the guys backstage about it before the smiley face on it. We were talking about this one, and we were just talking about how cool it would be to have something big like a smiley face on the back, like on the, so it kind of fills up some of that space. Because for me anyways, when I looked at it, like the UFO, it's cool, but there's a lot of wasted kind of space in the back that, you can probably do something with. So having a Blink smiley face, it was cool. So it was really, really cool seeing a few days later them actually added on. So I was stoked to see that. But so at first, they just did the outline, and then after they did fill it in.
You heard it here first, folks. Stefan is the reason we got the smiley, so you can thank him. Sorry to
I don't know if I'm the full reason, but we did talk about it. I was very happy to see when it came out. I got a message saying, "Hey, did you see the pictures of it yet?" And I didn't see it. So when I loaded it up, and I said, "Oh my gosh, you guys used it! It's really cool." But yeah, so having an outline at first, and then they filled it in. And again, I personally think it looks so much better having that filled in with the UFO and whatnot. This is one I would one day like to replicate if possible.
Yeah, and the guy drawing it is Fog again, right?
Yeah, so Jeff did the outline on it in like a black Sharpie, and then Fog did, I think, the actual, like with better acrylic markers, paint markers, I think a couple weeks after. But yeah, this is the canary yellow one. So this is the second shell pink. So you can notice already it's darker. And this was specifically made for like Obvious and Adam's song because it is tuned to C sharp. So when Thrasher was making it, it was that in mind. So it was to make sure that it was able to get tuned down and not have any buzz or anything like that. So at first, again, just a darker shell pink. So this is more of a shell pink that you would see on like Fenders now. So it is like the more of a darker, like proper, as opposed to the first one, which was a lighter shade. Same specs as before. They did put some, the gaffer tape on there later on with the UFOs with rainbow tape. Excuse me, and did a couple burn marks in it, so it is that a different look. But this is his main, I think, C sharp guitar. So are you a fan of the shell pinks?
Yes, I really like, which we'll talk about at the end, the one with the black hardware. I think the black looks really good with it. This one, like you said, is a baritone, but the neck is the same length.
Yeah.
Justin showed me that they had to move the saddles all the way back, and it's just like barely there.
Yeah.
So you can do it, drop on a normal guitar. Stefan, do you want to talk about how they built like kind of a prototype baritone neck and then just didn't end up using it?
Yeah, there was I won't get into too much of it, but yeah, they did try a few different things just to see if it would work, and I think with Justin, and I mean, he's not really shown too much on social media. Seems like he's pretty private for a lot of things, but he's extremely talented, and he's got such a a really good eye for stuff. So when he showed like, hey, no, you don't need a different neck, you can just use this one here, it's a lot easier. If something breaks, you don't have to make anything new, we can just whatever. It works, right? And yeah, like you said, with moving the saddles down, he was able to get that with the tone that they were looking for and everything. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, exactly, like you said, it's just you can definitely do it.
And the idea behind the baritone neck, wasn't it a maple fretboard? That would have been wild.
Yeah, that would have been really cool to see. But we'll see what happens. But that is the second shell pink. This one is the just alien yellow, I guess. I'm not sure what the but so when this one, it's a custom color that they use to match that like decal alien that they used. So it's a specific custom color. I don't know, what would you call this? What color would you even call this?
It's more of a neon yellow than canary, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I always think about, like, what is that artwork? Is that somebody's art that they had to pay the rights to, or like I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have looked into that. I'm not too sure. It's creepy looking, nonetheless.
Yeah, did he play this one? Has he played it live?
Yeah, he's played it. The picture on the right there is when we were there and took a photo of it. So it's I mean, having a specific custom color from Fenders, I mean, I always think is cool. So, but yeah, this one is I think just alien.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm not like, it's not any kind of favorite, but it's all right.
It's again, yeah, it's for what it is. Anyways, it's just having that custom color for me is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But this is that alien one. So this is the, like, I call it kind of like a green earth kind of splatter kind of thing going on. So I think originally it was
kind of look like an earth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was originally it was painted shell pink, then it was black, then it was the surf green over top, and then just chipped away and burnt it to so it got that kind of look of natural for like the bare wood underneath, the shell pink, the black, and then the green over top. It is really cool. It was a lot of different colors went into it, and a lot of different coats went into it too. So pretty cool though to see. The same specs as the other ones too, but
call this the second surf green in a way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and it's cool like how like this surf green kind of, it's a different kind of shade just because of the colors underneath. But this one he plays a little bit too, so it's this one does get some stage use, which is really cool to see. And that's like the green earth splatter one. This one was I think one of the harder ones to make from what I remember. This one had the plaid kind of decal applied on first, which apparently was extremely hard to do. It's cool. I actually have one of the pieces of the plaid that Thrasher gave me that was a part of this that was cut off. So I have it back there. It's really cool to see. But and then they put Sonic Blue, which I'm a huge fan of Sonic Blue. So they put Sonic Blue over top and then chipped away and did whatever. And then Tom did add his writing on it at the on it too, to make it kind of his own. But this one, I like this one. It's like a Burberry kind of feel to it too, which is cool. Yeah. And then having the Fender decal over the blue is, again, I'm a sucker for. But what are your thoughts? What do you think of
this
Sonic Blue?
For sure my second favorite one. I think it's
awesome
looking. Yeah, I love plaid, obviously, because of Groundskeeper, but it's just, plaid always looks cool in guitars, and I love Sonic Blue. Do you want to talk about how this one doesn't have the smiley inlays on the neck?
Yeah, this was one of the only ones that didn't have the smiley. And from what I remember, this was one of the test necks that they had, just to see like how it would fit and all this. And then they did, Ron Thorne did the neck inlays on the first four. But this one kind of, I think, just sat there. So when they were going to make another one, it's easy because this neck was already there. And I think by that time, anyways, Thrasher was really good at already making the necks as is, so didn't really need a prototype, I guess, for any sort of reference. So they just used that. So really cool to see, anyways, that it is the only dot inlay. Not many people noticed that originally, but the ones that do, it does differentiate it from the others. But yeah, I love Sonic Blue. I really, I would love for them to make a Sonic Blue one, but yeah, that's something. This one is the kind of more unique, the Moondust one, or To the Starcaster, whatever you want to kind of call it. This one is again, having Thrasher, because Thrasher collects, meteorites that either like, bits that have landed on his property or, that he's purchased over whatever the years and stuff. So he was able to take some meteorite dust that he was able to acquire, go to the Fender shop, ask them to see if they can mix it with the spray paint and spray it on. So it was more of a test just to see would it work, and it did, and it applied apparently perfectly. It was pretty cool actually to think about that. This like the paint that's on here was from outer space, so I'm sure that's right up Tom's alley, right? So yeah, and then they did the burning design or Thrasher did the burning designs in this one after, and the design from this one originally was from Joe Brisbois, I think his name is. He's the one that did the other two ones, the two Gibsons. What were the other ones they were called? They were called Mellow, Yellow, and what was you and I call it the NASCAR looking one, but
yeah, it's Stripe and Mellow, right? Mellow, Yellow, and Stripe.
Yeah. So the same guy that made those two designed this one as well at the same time. So it was cool that they were able to incorporate still that third design into one of the Starcasters. But
right,
yeah, having this one, I think Tom is a big fan of this one too, just for obviously what it is, and it's again just like all of the others, it's extremely unique. So it definitely differentiates it out there than for that to the others. So that was the 12. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's definitely in my top 5, and just I know I'm really tiny down here, but just so people know what we're talking about, those are the Ava guitars that we're referring to.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's the 12 ones that we have out right now. So after it was all kind of done, Thrasher still had a couple pieces left over, whether it was some decals that he still had or whatnot. So he thought it'd be really cool to make one more of like a Frankenstein, kind of everything incorporated into one. That was he calls it like 13, and that's this here. So you can see it's like a shell pink, sonic blue. It has the alien head. It has the Blink smiley from the Sam Larson. It has the UFO. It has the To the Stars decal on there. It has the glow in the dark UFO piece in the back. So it was really cool to see everything. The plaid is on there too. Like it has, a lot of.
I usually don't like guitars this busy, and it's not just because you haven't mentioned it yet that we got a Gear 182 sticker on there. But like this guitar is so cool. Like I just cannot get over how awesome this one is.
Yeah, this for me is like one of my, out of all of the Starcasters, this is like top fave for me, just because it's everything. I know I get exactly what you mean. It's that it's busy, right? Because it is. It does look like if you at first glance, but like once you actually look at it, it's got everything, right?
Awesome. Yeah, and he was gonna use it, and we were so stoked to tell everybody and show everybody when we were young. But Thrasher ended up not going to that show, so he didn't bring it. But we were like so ready to just be like, check it out, guys.
Yeah, so it was cool. We did for those who don't know, we did some stickers. We did a couple shirts because we're gonna be doing a couple more things like that. It was just more of a test just to see, and sent them to a few people. So it was cool to see one of them get put on a Starcaster. I was honored and thrilled once I got that picture sent. It was honestly unreal to see that come up. But yeah, this one again, and not just because it has the gear sticker on there, but this is just already one of my favorites for sure. And I know Tom saw it, and as soon as Tom saw it, he replied back, "I want it." So but I think this is staying right now with Thrasher. But this is number 13, and again, I think I still wanted to include it. I know Tom hasn't played it, touched it, whatever, but it's a very big part, I think, still of what these Starcasters kind of are, and with the all the journey and everything that they went through. So really cool.
Cool. So that's it, right? All right. Cool.
See ya.
Well,
The
wait
lot
a
of
minute.
a lot of the questions that I posted yesterday, the stuff that's what questions do you have for us for the Starcasters, and I think we answered it or answered quite a few of them already. One of the big ones, though, I'm just looking is that we had is talking about an artist signature line and what thoughts and all this. So Tom posted this
You're
not
gonna
that
talk
long ago.
about this? Holy cow! All right.
He posted this. I mean, this is him posting it. I'm not saying anything. The EP posted it. So, um, you know, first off, it'd be weird for Fender not to release these. Like it really, really would be. But
Yeah.
so as you can see here, it is still a roasted maple neck. It has just the Fender logo, which is really cool. It doesn't say Starcaster. It doesn't say whatever. It's black hardware, which is really, really cool. It still has the SH5 in it. It's still, same thing. It has the dot inlays. It doesn't have the smiley inlays. But I'm excited to see these things. I know this guitar, anyways, he did play in the Denny's and the Anthem Part 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna ask you questions, Stefan. Feel free to not answer if you can't or don't know. But this is what the fans want in the comments, so you're better at answering these. Is this a prototype of the signature model?
Looks like it.
Okay. Is this Mexican or American?
Mexican.
Okay. Would you call this satin paint? Is this shell pink satin? Is that what this is?
Shell pink satin, yeah, with black binding.
Okay.
With the same black binding.
Do you think it will have the Seymour Duncan SH5 pickup in it or something equivalent Fender?
I think I'll have the SH5. If they make a Squire version, then maybe something different. But for the Fenders, it'll be an SH5.
And I just got to ask this, like, they don't make a hard shell case for a Starcaster. Do you see this coming with a bag or a hard shell case?
Oh, I'm sure a gig bag. I can't see them releasing it with a hard shell. It'd be cool if they did, but I can't see them releasing.
Did Tom himself get hard shell cases for his Starcasters?
No, he gig bags. So,
what is the price on this, Stefan? When is it coming, Stefan?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Give us
That's the big thing is when it's coming. I mean, I don't know any exact dates or anything really. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to hide anything. It's just don't know anything yet. Like until Fender releases anything, it's all rumors and whatever. But I mean, if I had to guess, they're done with or not. I'm not saying done, but they released the Strats already. It was a huge success. Obviously, I'm sure Fender noticed like, my God, this like they sold crazily. We need to get something else out, just for that alone, right? So I'd imagine it's going to be like Q1 of 24 or like early Q2. And
this is just me guessing. Winter NAMM is always in January. I don't think Fender and Gibson participated last year, but they still announce things around that time because other companies are announcing things. It would not shock me to see something around that time, like an announcement. But who knows?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think around then you'll probably see at least the announcement for it. But who knows? They might just drop it and hey, next week it's coming out. Boom, done. But
I saw this one on Reddit. Stefan, you're full of crap. The real one that they release is gonna have the smiley inlays.
I don't think so. It would be. I think like for them to do custom inlays like that, it would be pretty expensive. Now there's definitely alternatives like House 95 does. I think Luke, who makes or gets sourced anyways, some really amazing necks.
Stickers.
You can get stickers as well to kind of put on them, and they do a really good job of like emulating like the rosewood kind of behind or in between the lines for the stickers too. So it does look really good. So you can definitely do that. But other than that, I mean, it would be kind of cool to see a custom shop version of one of these. If they did do I would love if they did like a limited run of 500 or whatever it is, and it's got the inlays. It has whatever else higher end than these ones might have, but maybe custom artwork or whatever too would be kind of cool to see. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, having just come out in solid colors is more of like a blank canvas for you guys to do whatever you kind of want with, right?
Okay. I feel like you can answer this question because we've asked it to Fender directly. Will there be a left-handed version?
No, unfortunately, I don't think. Well, I shouldn't say no. I don't think there will be.
They said no Strat either, left-handed.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I'm
left-handed. Like I'm not sure if you know. I'm left-handed. I know because of the camera that we use. Like it's inverted. So these are obviously right-handed. But I learned to play right-handed because like there's no just finding left-handed guitars is so much more difficult.
Not fair, man. I feel bad for them.
It does suck, but I mean, Warmouth, you can definitely spec out a left-handed Mooncaster, and the Mooncaster I think from Warmouth is just a little bit smaller than the Starcaster, but there's alternatives I think you can do for that. It's unfortunately not right from Fender.
Is there going to be a Squire version? I'll just say I've been asking about that. I don't think that's on their radar. Do you?
I don't think so. I mean, a lot of the fans that want these are a little bit older. I think back in the day, when I just think back when the Fenders came out for the Strats, and at the time, like it was, for me anyways, so expensive. But they had the Squire version for the kids that wanted, to still have it. And I don't know if there's that big of a demand to have a cheaper version for that. But who knows? I mean, you never know, right? Like, you really do never know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a demand for it that they'll at least think about it anyways. But I'm happy. I'm really happy that it's Fender doing it, not Squire.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going to get asked what colors are available. I think it's still up in the air.
I mean,
but let's just assume that they're the 4 that he started with. What were those? Like white, pink, gold, and what was the 4th?
The green.
Surf green.
Yeah.
What would you get out of those 4?
That's the question. You and I have had so many conversations, and it's always back and forth. I think the top one is still the pink. For me, I think it's still the pink, but I don't know. The gold one is
hardware pushes me to pink, but I still feel like I should get the gold if they do the gold. Like it's just so weird. I don't care. I'm not one of those guys that has to be like Tom never played it. I don't really care. It does not bother me.
Yeah, same. That's why it's the gold one is
like what I like.
Yeah, the gold one for me is really, really cool. It's not that often you can go in and find a gold Fender hanging on the wall, right? So just that alone is like, man, that's so cool.
Right.
With like the black binding and stuff, like if they released it, the gold one, I don't know. But the pink still is just, I don't know. It's more, I feel like the pink one for the Starcasters is like the surf green for the Strats. It's kind of like more iconic, kind of what is he known for kind of thing. But other than that, like I just like the pink and black combination on it.
Right.
So,
man, whoever stays to the end of this video is getting some great deets and treats. I hope we've answered all the Starcaster questions so we don't look gatekeepy or whatever.
Yeah, if there's anything else that you guys still had questions on, but you can obviously message us on Instagram. We're really good or pretty good anyways at replying back to everybody. Even if it's the same questions, we still reply back because it's, I don't know, it's whatever it is. It's cool just to hear, and I'm just happy people are interested in just asking us stuff. But other than that, yeah, I don't know if there's much more else to add to the Starcasters.
What do you got for me today, Stefan? Can you beat this, dude?
I'm literally
Tommy Oliver, White Ranger.
I have a
helmet. Can't beat it, can you?
One sec.
I want the Green Ranger.
If you have a White Ranger helmet, I have a Green Ranger Morpher.
Yeah. Is it gold? It's hard to tell.
It's gold. See?
Yeah, I love that.
Put that beside the gold Starcaster. Tommy Oliver's. That's his one.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. I've always. I really like the White Ranger. I was pumped as a kid seeing the White Ranger, but there's something just about the green when you first saw him. A 6th Ranger has the gold shield, has a gold Morpher.
Evil, yeah.
He has the black holster with a it was so different, and that was a big day back in '93 for young Stefan for sure. It was either that or I was going to show you.
Tommy gets rid of all his clothes when he changes the white. Like he's like, get rid of these. I need all white clothes. Yeah.
Geez, it was like a requirement. Like, how could you not know in that city who the Power Rangers were when these like 5 teenagers wore like Billy or like
buff
Jason
teenagers.
wearing like red. It's like, dude really likes his color red. But thank you guys. This was I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to try to split each one, have its own episode, then have one a long episode. We're sitting at, as of right now, just over 45 minutes. So like Brian said, if you stayed to the end,
yeah, and you got some treats. Yeah.
Congratulations. You just found out who our favorite Power Rangers are. So you're welcome. But the next one, I think maybe we'll do the first wave of strats. I think would be kind of cool to see. You guys tell us, right? Like for us here in the comments, what is your top 3 favorite Starcasters? Which ones are you excited for? Which, if they do a release, an artist signature release, which one are you guys going to pick? I'm interested to see it. I think the gold might be the new black strat. Not a lot of people got.
Sure. Yeah. Everybody's got to have Tom hold it and play it. It just, for some reason, adds that factor that people need. But for me, I just get what I want. And I'm not saying like I'm better or anything. I don't care. I kind of like the fact that he doesn't touch the gold.
Yeah. And then cool. The other thing too is because we actually have gotten a few messages about it, about shirts and stickers and stuff, because especially since Thrasher did post the stickers. So again, leave a comment if you guys would be interested in us doing something like stickers or shirts or guitar picks or something like that. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time, since we had that first kind of prototypes done, and the shirts weren't, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of they were cool, but they were just really thin, and I want like something like a thicker ounce material. Would be kind of cool. But sweaters and whatnot too, especially for Canada because it's freaking cold here. But all right, guys, thank you again. Really do appreciate everybody, especially the ones that stuck to the end. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you guys like the video. If you can, hit the like, subscribe, tell people about us. It'd be really cool for us to get more people watching, more questions, because more people watching just means more questions coming through, which just means more engagement, which is what Brian and I want to do. It's all about just connecting and just talking about the gear itself, right? So until then, guys, see you later.